Alrighty, hello again everyone, it's Drew. This video is going to be how I deal with Terramorphous, the Invincible, consistently and very easily. No problems at all. I've never failed using this situation. You know, obviously in the beginning I failed, but using this build, I have never failed against Terramorphous. Okay, it's a pretty reliable build. You can solo him. You can solo Terramorphous within 5 minutes, consistently and easily with this build, no problem, as a Necromancer player. Okay, so we're going to talk about that right now. So you're going to need a couple things here in order to get this done. You're going to want a Parataxis Norfleet. Okay, and basically you're going to be using the fail-proof build. Okay, you're going to be using the fail-proof build, and there's going to be a link on this video for you to watch the fail-proof build. All right, get yourself the fail-proof build. All right, and you're going to be able to make quick work out of anybody, really, in this game. Okay, so the fail-proof build is exactly what I'm using here. And I did not use any badass ranks, although I do recommend it. You don't have to have the badass stats, but obviously you do want to use it to make it as efficiently as possible, but it's not needed. And also your skill points. Your skill points are also going to be it's going to depend, really. You're not going to want certain things from Anarchy, and I'm going to explain why here in just a second. But let me kind of show you exactly what I'm rocking with here. Again, this is basically the fail-proof build. Alright, so make sure you watch the video on the fail-proof to see what the fail-proof build is, how you get it, etc, etc, etc. Alright, let's go ahead and take a look at that. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and pause this right now. Now, if we look at the Anarchy tree, notice that I only have, I've only invested into the pre-shrunk Cyberpunk. Okay, and you know, for Terramorphous, that's really all that you need. Okay, you don't really need you know, the typecast iconoclast, or you just don't need anything else, because all of those skills are irrelevant in combat. Okay, they only help you get anarchy stacks faster. Okay, typecast and iconoclast especially, and the other one I forgot what it's called. The other one that gives you 25 stacks instantly. You don't need that. If you're coming into combat with full anarchy stack, if you're already pre-stacking your anarchy stacks, you don't need those. You don't need anything more from anarchy besides what I have here. I mean, it's really a waste in combat. Once you get into combat, you know, any other skill that you invest is really useless with this fail-proof build. So you know, you just want to get your anarchy stacks as quickly as possible. Go in Pyro Pete's bar. You know, it's going to take you about 5 to 6 minutes max for you to get to max anarchy stacks without you know, any additional skill here from anarchy. So I only invest this amount into my anarchy stacks when I'm up against Terramorphous. It is different for each situation. All right, if you are building anarchy stacks in combat, you know, while you're actually doing this, and you see an example of this in the Vermivorous video. As in some of my Vermivorous video, you see that I'm building up anarchy stacks while I'm getting ready to face Vermivorous. Okay, so that's one example where you're gonna want to get you know, more skills invested. But for Terramorphous, I don't need anything more than this. Okay, and I think that's as efficient as possible I go down Little Big Trouble so that way I can slag. You want to keep Terramorphous slagged as much as possible. Okay, he does take slag damage. He doesn't stay slagged for very long though. He stays slagged for a couple seconds really. So you're gonna want to keep him slagged as much as possible, so that way you can do as much damage to him as possible using the fail-proof build. Okay, just go ahead and keep it moving here. All right, buck up. All right, buck up. Part of the fail-proof build. Make sure you watch the fail-proof build, the fail-proof video, to find out more details about the buck up. All right. And again, we don't need badass stats or badass ranks for this. Again, I encourage you to use it. Use your badass stats because they do make things easier. Okay, that's common sense. Okay, it's in the game. Make sure that you use it, but you don't need a ridiculously high. You really don't need it at all to do this, but it will make your life easier if you do use it. All right. So that's this is the fail-proof build in action. Let's go ahead and take a look and watch it as it defeats Terramorphous solo. just saw. Let me kind of rewind that back here and kind of bring that back a little bit. Look at that. That is the buck up shield recharge skill in action. Look at that. Boom. Alright. That's again all a part of the fail-proof build. Make sure you watch the video to learn more about the fail-proof build. And there goes Terramorphous defeated. You know, now this definitely isn't as fast as some people. I know my man Jolt's dude. He can kill this guy in less than a minute. You know, that's not something really that can be consistently done, at least to my knowledge. You know, there's some luck involved with that. But you know, this method right here is pretty safe, pretty guaranteed. You know, there's only two ways that you can be killed here, and that's if you are careless with your rocket launcher. You know, you're not jumping, you're not firing at a you know, a precise distance, or Terramorphous knocks you off of the cliff. And that should very rarely happen. I mean, as you saw in the video, I was being bounced around and all, but as long as your back is facing something, or you are not too far away from the cliff, because if you're too far away from Terramorphous, you will be knocked off. So you want to stay within a sizable distance from him, and when he knocks you away, that's fine. He won't knock you off of the cliff. Okay, but pretty damn good, good build, guaranteed to work. You can solo him within 5 minutes, guaranteed with this method. Guaranteed. Okay, that's the beauty of it. You're guaranteed to succeed within 5 minutes as long as you follow this system to the T. Okay, so hopefully it helps you if you're out there struggling with Terramorphous. As a Necromancer player, you can definitely get the job done as efficiently as possible using this. And I'll definitely be sure to upload the true badass version of me defeating Terramorphous. There's always going to be a true badass version of each boss that I deal with, for sure, and that's using the Infinity Pistol build. Alright, thanks again for watching, and good luck, and kick ass.